DIY.
DIYers, Metro Boomin has a request. He says it's time for music to get back regional. Social media got everybody trying to do the same thing. Let's get back to actual culture and regional identity. Then he hashtagged his new project, A Futuristic Summer. Have you heard it yet? What were some of the initial feelings that you had when you heard it? Leave it below in the comments or in the chat if you're here right now. This is a statement that in this place and time doesn't sound as crazy as it did when I said a similar statement earlier, 2019. I said, hey, bring back multi-regional music production and hip hop. Your city has a rich history. Your city is counting on you to tell its unique story through the vehicle of music. I meant it then and I mean it now. Now, for those of you that are asking, what the hell is regional sound? What are you talking about? Well, for those of you that have not had the opportunity to experience it, you know, there was a point in time where, for those of you that are fans of Rap City, for instance, they were really good about this. You would go listen, you would come out of school, watch Rap City, and you would see rap artists from damn near every coast, every region of the United States. You would see Milwaukee rappers, Atlanta rappers, Florida rappers. You would see, of course, LA rappers, West Coast, East Coast, Midwest. You would see so many different regions, and the dope thing about it was everybody had their unique style. The only thing is, when the internet became, of course, more popular, a lot of these sounds started to blend together, right? It was kind of more commonplace to hear somebody like an A$AP Rocky that's from New York have influences that sound like they belong in Texas. So there was some good that happened because of it, but there also was a lot of culture that was lost. Well, it's funny because the last year has been an insane ride in which it seems like the most popular artists and the most impactful moments have been regionally cultural moments. I think back to Kendrick Lamar and the GNX album and how West Coast of an album that sounded. I was watching Justin's video that was kind of talking about this similar topic, and he even mentioned how the battle between Joey Badass and all the West Coast artists sounded like West Coast artists, and Joey Badass sounded like a classic hip-hop based rapper from New York. Regional sounds have an opportunity to showcase the best of your region and even introduce what y'all are all about, because the sounds are reflective of the region itself. Billboard did an article to kind of give a little bit more explanation about this tweet, because we're going to go into some great detail on this one. Metro Boomin blames social media for music not being regional enough. Let's get back to actual culture. A super producer on a rant aimed at critics who didn't get the purpose of his futuristic summer. Yeah, because for those who didn't know, this project is drowning in nostalgia. And it sounds like early 2000s Atlanta music when a lot of us out here on the West Coast, at least me, I was kind of getting introduced to what the sounds may sound like. A lot of bright synthesizers, a lot of sing-song hooks. It just sounded so alive. Hold that for a second. The article goes on to say, Metro took to X and essentially released the project's mission statement in a series of tweets. He started things off by posting a video of a digital billboard and said he put together the tape. Mixtape, not album, by the way. For us, not them. He then went on to post things like, a lot of y'all get no beezies, and it shows. Because that's what he said. A lot of y'all ain't getting no business. And it shows. If your homeboy never had to hold you up in the team party while you was getting twerked on, then you might want to sit this one out. There's probably some kids right now that's like, you guys dance at events? Yep, that's what he said. It goes on to say, if you never went out and competed with your boys on who will get the most numbers, then you might want to sit this one out. You trying to tell me you Rizzlers don't compete no more? This is just like, I thought this is just like adolescence, just growing up. If you never had to write a number down, period, then you might want to sit this one out. Some people had an issue with this because they saw him saying these things and thought it was him antagonizing the people who didn't get the nostalgic sound of the project. I got no problem with this because for me, this does two things. One, it makes sure that people who are outsiders don't have a strong voice in the conversation of this music because they wouldn't get it to begin with. And two, it establishes who exactly this is for. It's almost like a dog whistle, like, hey, this is who this is for. If you've been looking for this look of Atlanta or this sound, the sonic of Atlanta, I'm here to provide that. And obviously Metro Boomin has been huge for the sound of Atlanta. Now, he goes into a little bit more detail in terms of the actual sound itself. And I want to play this clip for you just so you can hear it from him about what his particular goals was with this A Futuristic Summer project.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message.
Yo, above the clouds. You ain't dropped a video on me in a while. I got something to say. I wasn't trying to make a project, I was trying to make a season. Something that feels like summer used to feel. Not just the weather, the energy, back when beats had space. Back when it wasn't about speed, but feel. A time when music sat in the pocket, when it told stories without needing to say too much. I missed that, and I knew if I missed it, somebody else did too. Every night in the studio, it wasn't about chasing a trend, it was about chasing a feeling. I'd play old sessions from 2010, slow stuff down, strip it back, let the silence talk. I wanted bass that breathes, hi-hats that swing like memory. Drums.
Did he say bass? I'm sorry. That shit took me for a turn. I was like,
have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I'm with you. You know how sometimes, I don't know if anybody ever did a voiceover when your voice get all calm like that. You be trying to be all cool as hell. You be like, change. What the fuck is bass? You meant bass. Okay. He wanted bass that swings. Not fish. I'm sorry. I'm just being petty.
That sound like where you grew up, not where you scroll. It's also about home. Atlanta used to feel like a pulse, like we weren't just part of the game, we were leading it. I wanted to bring that back, not copy it, not replay it, just remind people where this all really comes from. The sound, the culture, the bounce is still in the city.
Man, first of all, okay, you got to give them props. I give them props for this. Regional sounds, one of the reasons why I think it's so beneficial for hip hop is because, one, it gives each region an opportunity to go backwards and have appreciation for folks that, you know, sometimes internet culture, a lot of times internet culture, I think it's more internet than it is hip hop culture, has a way of cannibalizing itself in that it talks so dirty and so down about the OGs. Oh, you fell off. Oh, you only doing these type of shows, or you not making money like this person, or whatever the case may be. We try to get rid of the very foundation that a lot of the music that comes out today stands on. So the thing about regional music that is so important is that it's your region's opportunity to talk its shit and let the rest of the world know what that culture even sounds like. At the same time, it's a way to bring other people into the fold that maybe do need a little bit of a reintroduction to a new generation. So by him doing this and him having the ability to do this, I think both of those are very powerful tools for hip hop. When hip hop is at its best, it is regional, in my opinion.
Just had to tap back in. I don't just make beats, I build worlds. That's how I see it. And this time, I knew the world needed new voices, not just who's hot, but who brings weight. Artists that stretch the sound, that make me hear things different. That's the only way this tape could grow. New textures, new tension, but still me. When you press play, you don't just hear my music. You step inside it. It has to feel like something, like a late drive, like heat on your neck, like something's about to happen. This tape, it's not nostalgia, it's not throwback, it's just real. No pressure, no rules, just sound that makes you feel like maybe you remember this. Maybe you lived this already. A futuristic summer.
Wait, isn't that nostalgic, dude? Isn't that nostalgia? That's nostalgia, right? Never mind. He just in his bag right now. Forget Logic right now, Curtis. You're doing too much. Just listen to what the man is saying. But that Mr. Boomin, that is absolutely nostalgia. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Call it what it is. That album is full of so much 106 in Park. That album is full of so much nostalgia, and it's welcome because I don't know if you noticed it. And we're going to talk about this in a few minutes, but it was, for music that's not like overly happy, it felt so much lighter. It felt so much like lighter on the soul. It felt like it wasn't heavy. It didn't feel depressed. It didn't feel like sad boy, emo trap, like a lot of music has turned into. Continue though. It's for sure nostalgic. I don't know what the hell he talking about.
Not the past, not the future, just the way it should sound right now.
I love it. I ain't using no Logic in that damn commercial. I get the idea. And, you know, the project came out, and I believe it did. Who gives a damn about the sales? Like, when it's culturally related, when it's culturally inappropriate. Hello, shout out to the Clips. Another regional project. Sounds of Virginia. That we've never needed a validation in hip hop from Billboard, of all people, for us to consider it a powerful cultural moment. But for those who do want to see what an impact of a project like this is, even off of 18,000 or 10,000 pure sales, I believe it was, because it featured artists that obviously have cemented their name in Atlanta for a few generations, like Young Dro, it rejuvenated interest around their catalog. Because now, as you go through it, it's damn near a double disc of music. As you go through these songs, and maybe you know some of these folks because you grew up in our generation. Maybe you don't. And you hear Young Dro, and you're like, yo, why have I never heard Young? You should know Young Dro. Well, now all the popular songs that are sitting on his profile are from this project, which leads people to its profile. Next up, Travis Porter, another one. This one. Obviously, this song is pushing up. They Want to Have Fun is pushed up to the top of his popular list on Spotify. Here's another one. Schoolie, Loose Screws, another song. Birthday, Don't Stop Dancing. All of these songs are from the project, and these are the most popular songs now sitting on the profiles of theirs. Roscoe Dash. Like I said, Roscoe Dash had my favorite song. Make It Make Sense. What it was. Butterflies, Sly, Partying and Drinking, My Little Shit. My little fine shit. Okay, I'm done. Obviously, I was listening to the project, and there's some things about it, man, that I really enjoyed. But I gotta zero in on this because I was wondering if I was the only one that felt this way. As I was listening to the project, I was like, something about this feels it's a big contrast to the type of music that's been dominating over the last 5 or 10 years. A lot of times that are coming from Atlanta, but really a lot of the music that was labeled as trap, that was pushed into the mainstream. A lot of it had like a lot of dark energy to it. And I remember this particular video. Let's go to this one first. Remember when my guy Lantana Easy, and we had a conversation with him. Remember when he talked about how music was, let me just refresh your memory.
I don't know why the vibe be so off in some of the black clubs, man. We really be in there trying to have a good time listening to 30 straight serial killer songs.
Remember that video?
Like, we really in there trying to have a good time and vibe out to murder music. We in there hypnotized. We damn near all done lost somebody to violence. That's why we all in there on the verge of socking some shit. We keep listening to serial killer music. These young mad ass niggas talk about hitting somebody with a switch. Man, 30 clip, slide. Man, we in there drunk. We really hypnotized listening to this devil ass shit. I ain't gonna lie, like, I don't like some of the music, but it be like, man, how's we partying, trying to have a good time listening to murder music? This shit is psychopath shit.
When he said that, it went viral, and I think a lot of people felt that way. This was, what year was this when this came out? 2000, this is 2023, which is crazy how fast time is moving, but 2023 is when he said that statement. We had him on here for an interview, and he elaborated on it, but a lot of us felt the same way, is that not that there's not a place for you to self-express yourself, because if I had a choice of somebody doing the drills or rapping about the drills, I'd rather you rap about it than go doing the shit. However, and it's not just solely their fault, when the big corporations get involved, when the major labels get involved, if they really have the power to control narratives, the power to put whatever music is out there. The issue becomes when it's the only choice that people have when they turn their TVs on and they turn their radios on, or well, I guess it wouldn't be their radios, but they turn their playlists on and streaming. It becomes a really, really huge issue. That being said, though, this is another perspective that was given. I'm not sure. I believe her name is Mama Mia Bree. She shared this on TikTok, and she said something that I thought was really interesting, because it's not like the project is overly positive and it's just like, it ain't talking some shit. No, it's talking some shit, but it's a different type of energy altogether. Take it from here, Mama Mia Bree. Oops.
And throwback tape is proven, furthermore, that this new music is poisoning to these kids, okay? Because back then, like I said, we did not have all that gang, murder, robbing in our music. Everything was about swag, staying fresh, twerking. The music was fun, but today's music, it's all about killing. That's exactly what these kids are doing. Even the women rappers, is about being a hoe. Being a hoe and getting niggas money. Back then, it wasn't a lot of female artists. We had, Nicki Minaj, Trina. Trina was the furthest it would go, but Nicki Minaj always carried herself well. So,
how times have changed.
We didn't have that kind of hoe influence. And for the men, they didn't have all that killing, robbing until Chief Keef came out. Okay? When we had fun music, that's exactly what we was doing, having fun. The most trouble you would be in is what? A traffic ticket? You be on probation because your driver's license was suspended? You may get caught with a little bit of weed or something? But never killing people, robbing people in broad daylight. Like, that was not us. So, yes, music can be very influential. Nobody wants to say it. Nobody wants to hear it. But this new music is taking these kids out.
Y'all ain't letting her have a second. Why she can't get her point across? The chat, if you not, for y'all those who are rewatching this, the chat not letting her have a second of it. The point that I like that she was making is that the project itself definitely carries a different energy. I think there's always been a space where music has existed with a low frequency to it. I think it's always existed in our space. I think because it is a reflection of the environments haven't been overly positive. That's what you're going to get when it's reality-based music. But I do think that there was a harmony. There was a I shouldn't say a harmony. There was a better balance of choices of what you could get. If you were into what they called conscious hip hop, you had a segment that was readily available to you on a mainstream commercial level. If you were into things that were more so about positive, you got that. If you were into things that's more on some gritty, grimy street shit, you had access to that too. The problem is when the whole game lopsided and only showed the lowest of frequencies and representations of our people and of what they have called hip hop, but really is just a bastardized version that they have co-created, I believe, through the marketing. Brian Z also cleared up the controversy people had around, man, this project is a loss because, it only did 18,000 sales. And it's like, first of all, it's a mixtape. But what is the significance of calling a mixtape? Brian Z says if your favorite signed artist releases a project labeled as a mixtape instead of an album, it likely doesn't count towards their deal fulfillment and comes with a smaller marketing budget. Sales expectations, which fans shouldn't obsess over anyways, should reflect that. So if this was something that wasn't honoring whatever deal Metro Boomin might be under, then it's something that is, in my opinion, it's something that is done for the love. But it's also something that could be a very strategic business decision, because what if it works? Got a lot of songs to choose from. What if it works? What if it's shown that this music that I'm telling you, the synthesizers sound bright, the chord progressions sound like they got a little bit of hope in them. The artists sound excited to be on the songs. They talking about concepts of dancing. Like, it don't sound like the guys is low-key incels. It sound like black men and women want to be in the same room together, and it sounds amazing. It sounds like beautiful black love. It sounds like folks getting dressed up to go to the club in their best of best. Like, that's awesome. My thing is, most of the project I listened to and I was like, damn, it makes me wonder what it would be like to be from Atlanta and enjoy this. You know what it reminded me of listening to this project? The way I felt when I watched that one Throwback Atlanta, you know, the show Childish Gambino, Atlanta, or Donna Glover. Atlanta had an episode that was like a throwback episode about a FUBU jersey. The nostalgia that I felt, even though I didn't grow up in Atlanta, because I had my own FUBU stories. I had a PUBU story that is hilarious. I'll tell you one day. That's the feeling I got listening to the project. It felt like it was right back at a time, a more innocent time, a time that felt like the music, even though at that time it was getting a lot of criticism, it felt like it had more life compared to the death-obsessed music that we have been getting for the last X amount of years in the mainstream. Whatever you want to call it, you call it. All I know is when GNX dropped and when I saw the pop out happen and I saw all these West Coast artists that have been working their ass off for years finally get they due props, it made me feel so good to be from where I'm from. It made me feel so good the rest of the world was finally embracing it the way that we embraced it. I can only imagine what the feeling could be on the opposite end for an Atlanta who probably has a lot of OGs who don't like the direction the music has gone. Isn't it beautiful to hear music that makes people want to celebrate going out? I think even Metro Boomin got an event that said, don't bring your phones. This is what we own. Notice that's been a recurring theme. Shout out to Tyler. That's a recurring theme. I think Erykah Badu and Alchemist just said on their tour, don't bring your phones. There's something to that. A whole lot deeper. Throwback jerseys and excitement just to be outside. Something to that, DIYers. I don't know what you think it is, but you let me know down below, DIYers. Those are my thoughts. You let me know what you are thinking. DIYers, if you enjoyed this content, make sure that you hit the like button and maybe even consider subscribing. Come on, man. Don't get greedy. Peace.